Hello and welcome to today's short video about step 1 in the job planning wizard, which is the required information step. So I'm going to take you through to the login screen within job planning and we're going to log on. So if you do still need your login details, the best person to ask is your trust administrator, who will be able to reset these for you, or you can utilise this section here. I choose to log in now. Okay, so the very first page that it brings me to is my job planning dashboard. As a clinical user of the product, what I'm required to do is fill in a job plan for myself. And we can see here that I do have some content on the dashboard. So I have the option to send messages and alerts to my manager, Mr. Brian Earnshaw in this case. And the details of this are here below. We can show all of them if required. We also have a policies and guidelines section here, which is where your trust will have added the trust job planning policy for you. And we have a reporting section here, which is to view and print the report. To go straight into the job planning wizard, we can select this little button here over on the right hand side to edit the job plan. As soon as we come into the edit job plan view, we're taken straight into the last step that we kind of left off at. In this particular case, we haven't actually started anything yet, so we are in the required information step. Here, what you'll need to do first off is make sure that the job planning start date is correct. This may be something that you're not able to actually change yourself, so if you do have any concerns about the date that is in there as your start date, then do escalate this up to your first sign-off manager or your project manager as appropriate. The second question within the required information step is, have you signed up to the new contract? For the English contract, that would be the 2003 and onwards contract. We haven't got our new contract just yet, so anything that is 2003 or after is currently the new contract, so you would select yes there. Where is your usual place of work? This will be where you're contracted to work. In this case, for Dr. Corbett, that is going to be the City Hospital. Do you work full or part-time? If you work full-time, then leave it at the default selection of full-time. If you're a part-time worker, once you select the part-time section, there will be an additional part of the job plan that drops down to allow you to specify what your contracted PAs or programmed activities are. I'm going to keep Mr. Corbett here at full-time. Do you have an alternate employer? If you're ever in any doubt as to what any of these mean, then simply hovering over them gives you an additional sort of like hint or tip about the question. If you're employed by multiple organisations, this is not a section for your private practice. So if you are employed elsewhere under a contract of employment, select yes. Please provide the name of your alternate employer. That automatically is there available for you once you've selected yes, and it is a free text box, so you can type without restriction in there. The next question asks you to identify with any of the following 4 categorizations. It might be that your organisation hasn't switched on all 4 of these, or you might not have any of them available for selection. So don't worry if you don't see this question. But if you are a locum doctor at the organisation that you're doing job planning for, you can select locum doctor. Clinical or honorary doctors, you'll know who you are. And the military doctor one can also be used for anybody who is a military reservist. So if I select clinical, academic or honorary doctor, I will get an additional section here to fill in, which asks us for the name of the university that you're associated with. Again, it is a free text box, so you can type in whatever you need to type in there. And the last question on here, although it might not be the last question for all of our territories, but the last question here for anybody within England would be whether they're wanting to upload anything to support their job planning. Again, you can upload multiple documents in this section, and it isn't restricted on size. If there is anything that you would like to specify that you've maybe changed from what you received through once the job plan was published to you, it would be recommended to actually enter the reasons for the change in this box if it is something that you're wanting to just highlight. And once you save and continue, it'll take you on to the next step. That's all for step 1 of the job planning wizard.